Common obstacles to being assertive. Of course, communicating assertively isn't easy for most of us, at least not all the time and in every situation. Most of us have a hard time communicating assertively because, in one way or another, we're afraid. We communicate passively and just go with the flow because we're afraid that people will think badly of us or judge us if we express what we really want. Or because we don't want to deal with the drama and guilt-tripping that would go along with standing up for what we want. We communicate aggressively and put others down because it makes us feel powerful and confident and alleviates our deeper insecurities. We communicate passive-aggressively because we want the satisfaction of expressing our anger or hurt without taking responsibility for or accepting the consequences of it. In each case, we tend to avoid assertive communication because we're afraid of how we or others might feel as a result. And while employing one of these three less optimal styles may help us avoid conflict or negative feelings in the short term, they almost always lead to negative results in the long term. In the passive style, we feel chronically dissatisfied with ourselves, ashamed that we can't stand up for what we want or believe, which leads to increasingly low self-confidence and self-esteem. In the aggressive style, we become socially isolated, lonely, and even depressed because people in our lives are afraid to interact with and open up to us. In the passive-aggressive style, people lose trust in and respect for us and often are chronically frustrated and irritated because of our indirect and responsibility-avoidant behavior. On the other hand, there's often temporary discomfort and blowback when we act or speak assertively. Speaking up for what we want produces anxiety and nervousness. Sharing how we really feel leaves us vulnerable and may expose our insecurities and fears. Taking responsibility for our actions is difficult and requires a lot of work sometimes. The initial discomfort of assertiveness can be even stronger when the people in our life aren't used to us acting this way. Others may say or imply that we're selfish by not going along with their requests. Or our attempts at being more direct and respectful may be met with initial doubts or mistrust. But ultimately, the habit of communicating assertively, of clearly and respectfully expressing our wishes and feelings, leads to the best outcomes in the long run. Stay tuned. Happy learning.